Oh. Well, excuse me. Guess I should have done that before I went live. Well, welcome to our demolding unboxing video of the Shoretrooper and Imperialarms3D Scout Trooper Dome that I've been working on since Saturday, and they'll be ready for rotocast today. So we have one person viewing, great. Let me get you all the best angle here. There we go. It's a Shoretrooper. Well, let's just go ahead and make it the best angle. That's the best angle. These blocks really come in handy until they don't. Right, she's pretty loose. Let me make sure we've got the undercuts taken care of. Things pre-loosened. The roughest part is going to end up being down here where I have some raw foam. My son Logan is over there setting up our rotocast machine. Yeah, those details came out fine. Keep going, honey. We're almost there. Yeah, I do stick a little bit on those. Usually like to bondo that foam, but time was of the essence. This is why I like doing them on carts. There we go. That foam is just being a pain. There, here it comes. You catch my breath. Yeah, she's completely loose. Very good. Very good. Take one quick clean out casting. We'll set aside as a master. Yeah, that's very clean casting. Very clean. Should make a really good seam. This is the rubber I poured last night, if y'all were following on Instagram, if you're catching this in sequence. So that's what happened to all the clay. So after it's removed, the cavity is replaced, and then it's replaced with rubber. I'll usually do a pretty intensive cleaning for the most part. Scrape as much clay out as possible. And shout out to Imperial Boots. They are getting 5 of these for something they're debuting pretty soon. It's pretty cool. And we got a bunch of kits that have been held over and held up by this for a while, plus a bunch of builds. So we got quite a few to crank out. Put her back in her mother mold here. See how nicely that just fits back in the shell. Now, this half is always the worst one to take off, and it'll kill you while you're trying to get it out. Usually because it's developed a vacuum lock. So, my lucky plug, been using that for a lot of molds. I'm lucky, this will separate. I could pull it away from the shell, but it usually takes a lot of work getting in here. This kills your hands. There we go. Probably gonna need your help here in a little while, Logan. You know the drill on the second half. I'll let you know. Right now I'm loosening it. We'll see if I made it big enough this round enough without any undercuts. What you just saw there was 20 non-consecutive years of prop making and carpal tunnel syndrome kicking in. And it's just been getting worse. It's all the way up the fingers every time, too. That's the outer rim taken out, and now I'm just trying to see which angles are really going to be best for getting it out. I've got a good position coming this way, so that's probably where the majority of the prying is going to end up getting done. But it's still going to have to be pried from all sides eventually.
People been needing to go and grab these cover strips?
I've used some of them.
Because I've been pouring white ones to go with the white kit orders, and I only have 3. Somebody's been grabbing the white ones instead of the gray ones.
Oh, sorry. I used the gray ones on my build. Okay. I don't really remember grabbing them or putting them anywhere else with everything else going on.
Yeah.
I've got a mess of biceps, so it doesn't really matter. Keep casting them anyway.
Alright, I gotta hide these then.
Okay, put them in a special pile.
I have enough grays.
Oh, they all have to be painted and
No, but I've been wanting all the resin pieces to match.
I try. I'm sorry, I try.
Do you need help with somebody holding
Not
it?
yet.
I have
I
the
want to see how it
walkie-talkie
breaks
on,
loose first.
but I also have my earbuds on, so.
Well, you have earbuds on, but you're also broadcast to the world right now.
I am? Oh, hello.
Well, yeah, you didn't kind of notice.
No?
No.
Hi, world.
Hi. Yeah, the camera's right there. So,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, if anybody needs to check for bald spots real quick, she could just keep standing there.
Yeah, let me know if I'm going bald.
Yeah. I haven't noticed, and I tower above you, so I guess that should be in the comment section below. Is Lisa going bald? Let's see a zoom in frame by frame. Actually, it might be releasing. This is very thankful because these are a nightmare. The second half, that first half that breaks off is always the easy one. But if you make the rubber thick enough, you don't have to worry about pry barring it too awful much because you're not going to indent the rubber. And this rubber's been curing for a couple days on this one. There we go. Oh, wow. You can like feel the vacuum release when it goes through. It's just like, oh, thank you for releasing. All right. Now for the fun part. Set the shell aside. Little thing I do whenever I'm doing these, I always break apart the edges. Try to get yourself as much cushion room. There's that foam. See, on that one, I bondoed the foam for the most part. This is what happens when you're just trying to get caught back up. Wish I would have had time to bondo her. But, yep, she's just about free. Beautiful helmet already, I can tell you that. We'll be set up in a little while to rotocast it, where there are a few things we have to do to the molds, or the shells and whatnot. All right, Master came out in great condition. Go back over here. All right. We have a very nice, clean, updated, pretty mold with a good seam line. A few things I have to do to it. I have to make room for the slot right here and cut the shells so we have an opening to get the resin in there for it to go in the rotocaster. But yeah, overall, much happier with this. Take care of the screw meniscus real quick here before throwing it back in the shell. Little stuff like that can deform the helmet if it gets in a funky place, but these shells are pretty darn good if you ask me, if I was able to get that out by myself. All right. Yeah, you know what? I didn't have to bondo that foam. I could hit it with clay before we poured rubber. We'll just call that lazy prop making on my part. Lesson learned next time. Don't be lazy. Or don't be in such a hurry you don't think everything through. But otherwise, everything here is beautiful and exactly how I want it. Slip right back into her shell. Beautiful. All right, now on to the next attraction, the Imperialarms3D. Scout Trooper helmet. So, let me get her lined up here. Whew. Yeah, if you want to make a mold right, CJ, it takes time, it takes skill. And I can tell you that every mold that I've made over the past few months have actually even gotten progressively better. I wasn't ever bad at making these molds before, but there's just a certain amount of rules you follow. And as long as you follow those rules, you're good to go. Yeah, each one's just gotten progressively better. And that's why, other than our previous mold for the Shoretrooper degrading and just taking too much work to clean up and finish compared to the quality of the helmets that we were making recently with all these new molds, it just had to be put on halt and until we could get that mold made. So thanks to Sean Fields for the base helmet, we're now on to our technical version 4 with this Shoretrooper helmet. And we're going to leave it at that. Little eye detail that's under there, if that's actually part of the lens, that's fine. Just grind it out. You're grinding out the lens. Big whoop whether it's there or not. A detail looks like it got painted anyway. All right, you get a drink. But, well, CJ, that's why we had to redo the first order helmet too. They were just getting ugly. You saw the example in working on your helmets. I actually, for the last one I painted over here, I grabbed one off our rack, had it paint ready in 45 minutes, and it was in the booth with the kit that's behind me right now. So, you know, that's one of the things I'm even looking at on your kit is just scrapping those helmets we have over there and starting fresh. All right. Well, here comes the Imperialarms3D helmet. This should be the front half, so it's not going to be quite as exciting as the second half. Beautiful. Those are the ears coming out right here. It was very critical to me that those ears be poured from top down. There we go. That's the front half. Not much real helmet detail here except for in the dome and these ear caps right here, which you can see there's going to be plenty of room to be able to hollow those out and put a screen behind it, fans, get some ventilation going through the back of that helmet. Great helmet for setups. We've retained all the special detail where the front of the helmet is going to attach to. All right, now on to the next fun side. Okay, on to the hard one. I'm gonna get my crowbar out. I've got nothing but numbness in my hands right now. So let's just see if Mr. Crowbar is gonna help me this time. Yeah, Mr. Crowbar's helping a good bit now. Save my hands. I think I'm okay for now. I got this one out. Right here, I need to go make some cuts to it before we can bolt it up and get it spinning.
It looks like it's smaller than the other.
It's the same size.
Overall mold.
Yeah, I took all the dimensions off of everything and tried to keep within fine limitations.
Make it easier.
Yeah, and just get them set up easy for you. That's what I've been trying to do with everything new, is just make it as easy on us as possible. Without sacrificing any quality. Looks like she's gonna pull pretty easy. It's already getting separation. This is the meniscus off the edge. This was not my lucky plug, but it still works. It's from the same dowel rod. Whew, almost there. There she goes. Now it's released from the shell. If we learn anything from this today, anyone out there waiting to get a helmet from anybody, any helmet kit, resin kit, I don't care who you got it from, it takes a lot of work and effort to make these things so we can go out and try to make people happy. I should be able to peel this one back real easy because it's soft detail. There's nothing much on the Biker Scout helmet. Let's catch a little bit of the foam that hits the Bondo. See the Bondo difference? All right. Let's see. Just broke the last vacuum. That was it. So there we go. There's the inside. There's the master. Beautiful detail. We'll have castings later this afternoon. So if you're watching, just like, subscribe on Facebook, Instagram. Follow, like our pictures and whatnot, please. Share our stuff. All right, Mr. Master, you came out beautiful. You can go back on the shelf for the when this helmet wears out. With the other Master. I'll find a place for it. Because next, with the Scout helmet, I'm molding the faceplate. So if you've looked at Imperialarms3D's kits, etc., on his Etsy store and website, you can see it's like all done in different parts and pieces. Well, we've set it up to be resin cast, rotocast, and then we're going to resin cast this. I went the extra mile and got in there with epoxy sculpt to any of the hollows, anything we'd have issues with, any undercuts, even went as far as cleaning up additional print lines, because when this gets molded, it's not being rotocast, it's technically being injection molded inside another matrix mold that's going to go in our 60-gallon pressure pot up front that's fed by our compressor and surge tanks. I used to cast Vader domes for Manny Romero of Porchmac Prop Studios that way, with some molds made by Collapse Industries. And they were beautiful castings. So when this thing is actually in the pressure pot, it's going to be facing downwards, and there's going to be a spout coming out here and a spout coming out here, and we'll be filling in, injecting the resin, sealing up that giant pressure pot, and letting it sit there for about an hour before we pull it out and get an exact beautiful duplicate of this faceplate. Got some other priority things to do before I can get to molding this. We have a spare faceplate that we're going to use for a demo helmet. If we can get somebody to put it together after this is rotocast. So that's the plans with that helmet. And I'm going to close it down here because I have to cut out spouts and, excuse me, do some die grinding or cutting off with my die grinding wheel to make the open spout, then cut off any edges, drill our mounting holes, everything we need to do to get these rotocasts today. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you learned something informational. Please hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Help us get to 1,000 plus followers and subscribers. And sorry, I'm a little slow today. Just a little worn out and in a lot of pain. Instagram, Facebook, follow us for updates there the rest of the day. Thank you guys, and we're getting out. May the force be with you.